What's up, people? This is Paul at 12 Volt Review, and today I'm looking at another radio. It's the Kenwood DNX570HD. I believe this is the first radio that has the navigation built into it. This radio has a 1-year warranty. The price is going to average around $849 to $899, I guess, depending on where you get it from. This radio has like a 6.1 inch screen. It's not the full 7-inch screen, but it's a 6.1 inch, so it's pretty close to almost 7 inches. But let's get everything out of the box and see what's inside of that, and then we'll get it mounted up and go from there. So let's open the box up. And we got, looks like the parking brake switch wire and the reverse wire for the remote backup camera and the parking brake wire. Then we got the harness, the wired harness. Always good to have the wired harness. We got the Bluetooth microphone. That way, when you're doing Bluetooth phone calls, you can use this to talk to the other person. Here we got the non-magnetic GPS antenna. That's for the navigation. So you have to like pull a little sticky off. There's a little sticky pad on the bottom of it, so you can stick it down and it won't go anywhere. Let's see what we got here. We got attention. This product currently does not support either the Garmin Smartphone Link or the Garmin Live services, which are designed to work on most compatible Android phones. These features and references are found on pages in the owner's manual. There's a whole list of numbers there for the page numbers. And Ken was working on getting that fixed for y'all. Whoever gets this one. You can also go to the Kenwood website and look for firmware updates, which also may fix this. So go ahead and read this little paper that comes with it, and should always check the website, make sure you get a up-to-date firmware. Alright, nothing else on the lid, so I'm going to pull this off, and we got a little trim ring. Pull it out of the little package. This is like mainly for like custom installations, or when you just put the radio in and you see the trim ring around the radio. And you just snap that on and it'll hide the hole that the radio's sitting in. And any metal, hopefully. Alright, there's nothing else to pull out the box, so I'll pull the radio out. There's nothing in there, so I'm going to set the box off to the side. It's all up in the way. Alright, we got the styrofoam. And let's see what we got here. We got the radio wrapped up in a big old piece of plastic. Looks like a plastic bag. And we got the install cage. Looks like the USB's all sticking everywhere. Looks like the cage here. And the cage has got the radio, not the cage. The radio's got a little protective plastic sheet on it, which seems like every time I pull these off, I seem to tear them. I'm trying my best not to this time. Alright, peeling it back. Never mind, I guess I was trying not to tear it, I guess it did anyway. Yes. There we go. I left a few little sticky stuff on the screen, but I can probably pick those off with the, yeah, there we go. And some of them off. Anyway. So anyway, that's the radio. Go ahead and get it mounted up. I'll show you what the back of the stuff of the radio looks like. All the ports back here, and then we'll go to the front, and we'll turn it on and see what all the. All right, we get it mounted up back here. As usual, I'm gonna start from the left-hand side and work way to the right and point all the little stuff out. The first thing we got here, this is the reverse camera input. This top plug-in right here. The bottom one, this is the audio video output, which also goes with for the audio. Right here we have the audio video in and audio video input 2. This is for the iPhone, and if you have audio video in input, you can use this right here, but you have to get a special Kenwood cable for that. Right next to it is the microphone. That's for the Bluetooth part of it. And next to here we got the GPS antenna plug-in. That's where it plugs in after you run all the wires for the GPS antenna. These right here, this is the front, rear, and subwoofer 2-volt pre-outs. That way you can have just bass, or you can have, you know, a two channel amps, two channel amp, you know, a whole variety of different ways to play bass and highs. This little plug-in right here, this is for the Sirius XM plug-in module, and of course this is the cooling fan. These two right here, this is for the iDataLink Maestro RR module. You can go to iDataLink.com and you can look up the Maestro module and see what it does. It gives you car information. You plug it into your car and what features are compatible. It'll show up on the screen of the radio. Of course, I don't have that module. I don't have the car plugged into, so it'd be no way for me to really show you that feature. But you can go to the website and kind of read up on it. This plug right here, this is that plug-in for the parking brake wire and the reverse signal wire. That's what plugs in right here. And of course, this is the plug-in with the fuse. And the cord that was just, it was apparently not bundled up inside of it, was the USB. That's a little cap that you pull off, and you can plug you know, thumb drives and stuff into it. All right, so we got that. That's pretty much it for the back of the radio. Let's get righty then. Turn it around and we'll power it up. Booting up here. As you see, the navigation is by Garmin, which is a, you know, software-related navigation setup. That way, you can go to the Kenwood website, and it'll link you over to the Garmin website, and you get updates, usually for no charge, on the Garmin website. All right, the first thing it has to do is the initial setup. You got American English, iPod AV interface use. You can use it for iPod, or you switch it over to AV, and, you know, for audio video input 2. Color, this right here is just setting the color for the thing there, color scan. You can turn it off or just let it sit there, or you can set whatever color you want. You know, if you want it to be orange, white, or you're going to adjust and really crank in the RGB, which also stands for red, green, and blue values. And if you can really adjust it however you want, or you can go back and just select the color that you like, and just do that. Alright, through with that part of it, the next one is camera setup. Do you want the camera, well, reverse camera interruption? That's when you put it in reverse, it sends the signal on that purple wire I showed you earlier, and it interrupts the screen to show you what you're backing into with the optional aftermarket reverse camera. So you can turn that off or on. If it's off, it won't interrupt the screen. And let's see what else we got here. We got OEM setup, which is for the Bluetooth, satellite radio, OEM volume, door chimes, distance controls, climate. You know, this is all for the Maestro module, and once that's plugged in, all these little features will pop up on the screen. Let's see what we got here. Scroll down and finish. Okay, so we're done with the initial setup. This radio here has a nice glossy black. It's just like really shiny look to it. The trimming, of course, a flat black. The volume knob has a little rubber ring around it, so you get a good grip on the volume knob. The screen, it's got your slide motion, just like, you know, all your smartphones nowadays, so you can scroll around and find what you want to, you know, turn on. Over here we got your menu, got your navigation, which also doubles as your audio video output button, and of course, with your volume button, you press it in, it turns on the ATT button, and your telephone button, that's for your phone. I just pressed it. It's disconnected. If I had a phone paired up to it, then I could go into my phone book. I can see what calls I missed or made, or outgoing or incoming. You can also do SMS messages as well. And this little button here with the gear of the wrench, it's just a Bluetooth setup. You can search for phones. You can change the PIN code. Telephone setup. Bluetooth. HF stands for hands-free audio. By default, Kenwood puts everything on the front speakers. So if you play music and you have bass and your bass isn't playing, then you just put it on all. That will change it from front speakers to all your speakers, not just the front speakers. Auto response, auto pairing on, SMS, receive beep, phone information used, sort colors, echo, mic, and noise reduction. You can adjust those. Every car has its own acoustic, so you have to adjust everything the way you want it to make it sound just right. And let's see, getting out of all those menus. Alright, on the main screen here we got the navigation button. We got the disc or CD button, which also, like I said, also plays MP3s, WMAs, AACs, WAV files. This is the Bluetooth button, which basically this button and that button does the same thing. Down here, we'll start with the OEM features. That's where the iDownLink Maestro comes in handy. This is the Sirius XM button. You purchase the optional Sirius XM module, and you can have Sirius XM once you subscribe. This has a built-in HD radio. The first thing the radios want to do is we'll search for HD radio. If it's not being broadcasted, it'll automatically switch over to analog. So you're still on the same radio station. It just depends if you're on HD or not. The next button is iPod. If you have the iPod cable plugged in and all that, you can actually do a lot more control over that. AHA Radio. That's an app that you can download. It gives you different ways to listen to music. I'm going to scroll over here so you get the rest of the buttons. The next one's the USB. Of course, that's we all know what that is. A little thumb drive you get from the store. Put all kinds of music on it. Video. This is for the video input. Standby. That just puts the radio on the standby mode where it's not playing or doing anything. And Bluetooth. That's for the Bluetooth audio. You can listen to music on your phone without having to plug it in, just through the Bluetooth. Pandora. If you have your iPhone plugged in with the right cables, you can control all your Pandora functions. If you have an Android paired in with Bluetooth, then you can listen to Pandoras as well. Audio setup, and we're back to OEM features. So now we're going to go to audio, and the first one here is audio control, which I can't click on it. That's the grounded, of course, equalizer, audio setup, zone control, single zone, or dual zone. Just leave it on dual zone, that way you can have front and rear. And setup. In the setup button, we got system, display, source, camera, software, navigation, audio, video out, and Bluetooth. So if you go to system, you got user interface, and in here we have you turn the beeps off and on, remote sensor. You can tell you what language you want. If you want the text to auto scroll, if the song's too long, it'll scroll across the screen. Auto, just keep doing it once. Just does it once and stops, or it doesn't do it at all. Drawer close. That's I have no idea. The face doesn't move. Alright. Okay. The tail key longer than 1 second. And what that does is, if you hold down this telephone key, by default it turns on voice activation. But you can also set it up to do reverse camera or video off. If your Bluetooth is plugged in to do that. Animation, off or on, secondary, off or on, that's just display stuff. So this button here is programmable to a couple different things. Touch. Different people have different size fingers, so you can adjust the calibration to the radio to what size fingers you have if you want. If not, just leave it alone. Don't have to. Security, that's just turning on security features, which only if you need to. And set up memory, this is just to memorize certain settings on the radio that you can recall later. Right, back out of that, you got display. You got color, which is, I believe, was in the earlier. That's just for these colors over here. Background. You can change the background on here if there's more, or you can put some on a USB card, and you can get your own picture on it. You can put your face, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, kids, whatever. favorite dog, cat. So you can have the background as your own picture. Alright, that's all for the display. So next will be source. DVD setup. That's pretty much all these little setups are already done for you, but if you need to do some little changes, then you can. But usually all these source setups are pretty much ready to go, except something for the audio video input. Yeah, you can turn that all on or off. You know, or you can tell them which audio video input you're going to use it for. And the OEM setup, I believe that's for the Link Macro. Again, we was already in that earlier. Alright, next one is camera. Should be just a couple things in here. It's one thing. This is the reverse camera interrupt I talked about earlier. It's just, you know, interrupting the screen to show what you're backing into. If you don't have a camera, just leave it on off. We got software. So it just tells you what versions everything are, and if you have an update, you can put it on a USB drive, plug it in, and it'll recognize the update. You can update it from there. It usually takes 5 to 30 minutes depending on how big the update is. Navigation. The speaker, you can have front left speaker, front right speaker, or all the front speakers. So when the lady or guy talks on navigation, you can set it on the all front speakers or left or right, depending on however you want it. And this is the volume, see how loud you want it, and if you want it to mute the music while they're talking. Audio video out, which is also this button here. You can tell which output you want, like if you want for the disc, iPod, it switches all the stuff inside the radio, or I think it's whatever video. And Bluetooth, I think we've already been in here. Yeah, this is the same menu as in earlier for the other menu. And that's all for the setup menu. Let's see what else we got going on here. Of course, AHA Radio, that's like I said, it's a downloadable free app for your iPhone or Android, and you can do different stuff with it. If you want to do it by Bluetooth or if you do it by wired. If you want the, not sure why it's taking longer. But I guess if you want the rear speakers off and setup, go back to that setup there. Alright, let's go to the navigation part of the radio. Usually when you first turn the radio on, that's, you know, the degree that you're going to have a wreck if you mess with the stuff while you're driving. As you notice right now, the last thing I had for music was AHA, so it's down here, so it would be playing while you're doing all this. You can view the map. Takes a little bit. I don't have the antenna plugged in. If I did, the roof, the metal roof, would interfere with the signal, so it just puts me in a random spot, usually somewhere in California. Already says I have no idea where you're at, but you can see here, scroll around, you can see, looks like I'm on the Interstate 35, wherever that's at. Click buttons here, you're going to click this button here, which brings me to that blue flag, blue-white flag. This little swirly button, I have no idea. Oh, it turns it around, okay. This button here with the 3 little boards, click on that. And I guess it's the layers of the map. You can show like roads or probably like a trip log. What else we got here? Okay, all the traffic. Save. So it'll show more information on the screen. That's what that button was, layers. If you go, let's see, I click on this. What does that do? That brings up traffic, stop, detour, exit, services, where I'm at, trip, computer. Click on that. Tells you how far you've been, and what the fastest you went, 120 miles an hour, how long you've been stopped, how long you've been moving, total time of driving and moving and stopping, and all kinds of those features. Anything, nothing there. Okay, just different styles of screen there. Alright, menu. Oh, well. Let's see, where's it? Is there an all menu up here? What else we got here? We got down here. We got map layers, where to, eco route. Do where to. You can actually tell the route where you, if you want to go home, what address you want to stick it in. Spell city. Let's say let's do Dallas. That's it. Then he let me do it. L A S. Done. No matches found. Searching all cities. Well, okay. Let's do let's do go down there. There's a little bit of delay I noticed on the clicking stuff. So if you're used to doing stuff fast, you might want to get you some coffee and wait. Alright, so we got a go home address, restaurants, gas stations, shopping. And if you want to go shopping for, let's say, clothes and accessories, it'll find your location and tell you where you're at. I still don't know where I'm at. I don't recognize these places. I'm not around here. Lids, Justice, Leg, Carter's. Let's say I want to go to Legs, whatever that is. Playtex. I guess that's pantyhose. Go. It should automatically start routing my place. I think. Of course, it may not be doing anything. Like I said, I don't have the antenna plugged in, so it may not be giving me a correct signal, and I'll know where to go really. Click this little stop sign over here. I don't know what that's for. This right here gets me in and out closer, and the two cars. Garmin International, no wonder it says tell me I'm near Garmin headquarters. Well, anyway, this is that's pretty much all the basic features. I'm sure there's some feature I've left out or missed up or missed or whatever. This right here, this little spot right here, this is the navigation and micro SD card. Just leave that in there, you don't worry about it. It's got DVD, Dolby Digital, DTS 2.0 channels, HD radio, Sirius XM, Garmin, like I said, software-driven Garmin website. Well, I mean the Garmin navigation, which you can link to the website and get you hopefully free updates. And pretty much it for this radio. All right, got it all back in the box. That was the Kenwood not the Kenwood X line, regular Kenwood, 1-year warranty, the DNX570HD. This, like I said, radio ran $849, $899. It's got built-in navigation, software related. 6.1 inch screen. You have Bluetooth, HD radio, Sirius XM rating. It's a pretty nice radio. I mean, if you want to, have all the basic features with navigation for, fairly decent price, and it's probably the radio you want to go with. It is also iData-Link Maestro compatible, so you get an extra module, plug it in your car, and it'll show you basic car information like, probably, like oil life, RPM gauge, engine temperatures, crazy stuff like that. But anyway, this is Paul with 12 Overview. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a beautiful day, and please subscribe.